Hi Pisces, welcome to your weekly forecast for April 20th through the 26th. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead for you guys with this lovely fairy deck here. And then we're going to pull a spirit animal guide message for you guys from this animal deck here. Guys, you guys voted last week and you asked me to change the format. So we're not going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday anymore. This is just going to be a flowing message of what you all need to know this week for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. See what's happening. And I apologize for the late upload, guys. I've been having technical issues. I've burned through phones again, so sucked it up. I ordered a camera. The camera is going to take a while to get here, but hopefully soon I can keep up with the recording and be on a good schedule, good posting, and have these videos up sooner in the future. But thank you for your patience. Alrighty, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead. Let's see what the fairy cards have to say. And at the foundation, my dears, very nice energy to start off with. I mean, this is very, very happy, positive energy here with 10 of Autumn. Okay, the Autumn cards in this deck are going to have to do with the physical realm, earth sign energy, money, finances, things of that nature. And the message written on the card says, take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. Now, this card or a similar card came up last week for one of the other signs. I can't remember which one, but I remember there was something in the comments, somebody got like upset, like, oh, you're talking about retirement, or how am I going to be, preparing for retirement when I don't even know if I'm going to be able to keep my car. And so sometimes when these kinds of cards come up, they might come up at a time when we're experiencing financial struggles or financial hardships, and we can be kind of freaked out about money and finances. I know especially right now for a lot of people, there's lots of people who are laid off. There's lots of people who they're waiting for this, pandemic situation to change so that they can get back to work. And so there's a lot of people right now who are feeling financial stress and pressure. So when this card comes up, it's coming up to confirm, to comfort you, to reassure you that you are going to have a nice, comfortable foundation again, that you are going to be able to build, and that you are going to have a comfortable financial situation in your life. Things are changing, things are shifting, things are turning around. Okay, for some of you, you are in this time getting really, really smart about resources and how to do a lot with the resources that you have, so that when this finance comes in for you down the road in the future, you're going to make it go even farther for you. You're going to be able to do so much more with it, because you've had the current experience of having to balance, having to juggle, having to figure things out. But this is a card of also physical manifestation. So you may be beginning to see little telltale signs of things coming into fruition, things that you had hoped for or dreamed for beginning to take form in the physical realm. 10 of Autumn is also going to indicate like physical security and foundations in terms of like a sense of home and a sense of family. So some of you, because of the current situation, it might be making you realize or feel that, hey, you know what? I don't know if I'm in the right place. I don't know if this is the right situation for me. I don't know if this is the right living arrangement for me. Or I don't know if I feel close to these people that are around me anymore. And so 10 of Autumn is saying that you're going to call this in. You're going to have a sense of home. Everything that's happening is preparing you for the shifts and changes that are going to be bringing you this sense of security. Okay, if you're not sure how, if you can't see it, pray about it, meditate on it, ask your angels and guides to help you see how what's happening now is actually helping you or making room for what it is that you're asking for. Right? But this is what you guys are calling in, Pisces. You're calling in that comfortable retirement, a sense of home, a sense of family, a sense of your loved ones being cared for and provided for. Being able to feel secure about the future and what's going on. Okay? Your next card here, my dears, is the Five of Winter, right? So some of you might not be feeling this week all super duper secure. For some of you, that card is just telling you, chin up, buttercup. You are headed in the right direction, even though it might seem like it. It might not seem like it, I should say. Especially here with Five of Winter. Okay, the message here on this card says, walk away from dishonest associations, realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness. Something that's not worth the effort. So you might be realizing, Pisces, that some of the things that are in your life are things that you wanted, that you went for, and now you're like, you know what, they're not making me happy, or they're not the right things for me. Sometimes Five of Winter can come up when we're in a situation with a person where there's some kind of a power struggle, right? Like, you know, this person feels like they just have to be right. They have to be right. They have to know it all. They may say and do things that trigger us, right? And Five of Winter can sometimes say, do what you can to avoid there being a big explosion or like a big blowout, right? Especially if you're in a situation, say right now, you're living with people who are aggravating you, or you're in a situation and you're hunkered in and you're like sheltered in place or in lockdown with someone who's really getting on your nerves, right? You're going to have to pick your battles, because you might not be in a situation right now where you can just kind of up and leave or up and move. But some of you already have it in your mind that, oh, as soon as this is over, I am so out of here, right? But Five of Winter can be telling you to just do what you can, to pick your battles, choose your battles wisely. Take this as a time that you can maybe step aside if possible and journal and do your writing. You know, what did this person do or say that triggered me? Why did it make me feel that way? Who else in my life has made me feel this way? How do I know it's safe for me to stop thinking this way or believing these false beliefs? What beliefs do I want to have instead? You know, about myself, about life, you know, whatever's in question. If you can do this, this is going to help you remove your triggers. It's going to help you deactivate your triggers. So this person is going to get to you less and less. I mean, how good is that going to feel to be able to just feel like, you know what, this person doesn't have any power over me. Like, you know, maybe they're trying to get at me. Maybe they're saying things or they're nagging me. But, you know, whatever. It doesn't bother me anymore. And as soon as things are changed, as soon as things are turned around, you know, I can go get my 10 of Autumn. I can go get my 10 of Coins or my 10 of Pentacles, right? So this could be a good opportunity to take advantage and to be able to do some like internal work, self-clearing, self-healing. And some of you might be finding, or you may be realizing, that somebody in your life maybe is not being very honest, or maybe a better word might be ethical. Maybe they're not being very ethical, and that's something you're realizing you want to call in. Okay, your next card here, Pisces, is Queen of Winter. So even though you guys are a water sign, this is a good week for you guys to be in that element of air. Okay, so if you have air in your moon or in your rising or in your Venus somewhere, it's going to be a good idea to kind of pull on that air energy, or to be in the realm of intellect. You know, especially with Five of Winter, there could be emotions that run high. But if you can get into the logic, into the reasoning of it, it can be a way that you're going to overcome it. And Queen of Winter also here, these are aspects that Spirit is encouraging you to take on, which is going to be being strong, being patient, being self-sufficient, being funny, finding the humor in a situation, okay? The message here on the card says, let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career. Unmarried or divorced individuals, some of you maybe are married, but you might be like, I ain't gonna be married for much longer after this. Some of you may be feeling that way, okay? Now, I'll tell you something about the Queen of Winter, which is very positive, that a lot of people don't realize, right? They see that card and they go, oh, I'm going to be some self-efficient, really strong person, but I have to be alone. Queen of Winter or Queen of Swords, yes, she could be divorced or single, but it's by choice because she's very clear on what she wants in her life. And she's just in this energy of either you're going to add to this or get the heck out of my way. She doesn't have time. She doesn't have patience for anyone or anything that's going to slow her down or get in her way. She knows what she wants. So there's this sense of like putting yourself first when this card comes up. And so Pisces, some of you are disconnecting from the guilt of the situation, or from like feeling bad or feeling sorry for somebody else, and just being in the energy of what you know needs to be done, like what you know is going to be the best thing for you, possibly even the best thing for the other person ultimately. And you're going to be able to make your decisions based on that logic. And so this is the time of putting together your plan. That's another thing here too, because Queen of Winter or Queen of Swords could be like the planning stages and like beginning to energetically disconnect from anything that's getting in your way. So this is a good time, especially like, for example, if you're one of those Pisces right now that you're feeling kind of stuck. You're like, man, there's a lot I want to change in my life, but I can't right now because of timing situations that are out of my hands, right? You can't control being in lockdown. You can't control, whether or not your current job or career path has been deemed essential or non-essential. You might not be able to up and leave a living situation just this second. But what Spirit is saying, what is in your power right now, is to try to separate your emotions from it so that you're not taking things so personally, and you can work on, we talked about clearing those triggers, removing those triggers, and making your plan, getting clear about what you want, and giving yourself permission to set down boundaries. Maybe to be like, oh, I have to go work on this, or I have to go work on that, or I'm going to do some reading, or I'm going to do some studying, to be able to kind of create boundaries in that way, and to do things that are going to ultimately be improving you and improving the quality of your life. Your next card here, my dears, is the Awakening. So yeah, some of you are feeling a little bit frustrated because you're feeling like things are up in the air. You want change, but you're like, man, I can't change them right this second. And that can be freaking you out a little bit. But what people forget when this card comes up, this is a major arcana card. So major arcana cards tell us that there's some kind of like a divine intervention happening here. There's some kind of like a scheduled pit stop. And the purpose of this particular scheduled pit stop is to give you a chance, Pisces, to change the way that you're looking at the situation, to embrace the uniqueness in your life, to embrace your own personal uniqueness, to see your strengths. There's going to be this temporary pause in action where you're not going to be able to move forward and make the big changes you're wanting to make just now. But it's a time of awakening, of seeing the big picture, of coming up with the plan, of getting clear about what you truly, truly want. Okay? I'll give you an example. Say somebody grew up in a family where nobody really paid attention to them, right? Like maybe they were neglected a lot. They didn't get attention. They didn't get praise. And so they tell themselves, if I was like a singer, or if I was like a beautiful movie star or handsome movie star, then everybody would notice me, everybody would love me. And that person makes it their mission. They have this dream that when they grow up, they're going to be a celebrity. They're going to be a star, right? Or a model or whatever. They're going to be in the public eye, and everybody's going to adore them and, happily ever after. So even if this person grows up and accomplishes this goal, they may still end up being very miserable, because what they were really looking for was to be loved, to be appreciated, to be valued. And even though celebrities have people going crazy about them, right? The public, the general public, a lot of celebrities are very lonely. And that's why a lot of them will end up in like drug rehab, and, like we see things on the tabloids of like nervous breakdowns, because even though they're adored by the masses, they might not have that emotional intimacy, or they might not have people in their life who are really loyal, who are around them for the right reasons. They may have entourages and people that want to be seen with them, but they may not have loyal people in their life. And so this person went after something thinking that they were going to get that love and attention, and it wasn't what they thought it was going to be. That's like an example. It's kind of an extreme example, but I'm giving you an example of what this card is trying to tell you. You might be going after something as the solution to what you want, but really what you want is something very different. So ask your angels and guides to help you see that. You know, are there things I'm going after right now that are not aligned with what I think they're going to bring me? Right? So to be able to get that focus here. Let's go ahead and check out your spirit animal message, Pisces. So I encourage you guys to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos as well. Some weeks are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to click on the Calendly link in the description of this video, you can schedule a private reading with me there. And guys, I do want to remind you, I'm a card reader. I read intuitively and I read cards. I'm not an astrology expert. We will talk about that at the end because I am getting a lot of astrology questions. But your spirit card here, my dears, is Camel. Trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. How appropriate, right? Because you guys are feeling, a lot of you, at least in this reading, it is a general reading, you know, but a lot of you are feeling like, man, there's all these changes I want to have. There's all these things I want to do. I don't know how to do it. I'm not sure about the next step. And this card is saying you have enough to make it happen. It's going to happen. You're going to be able to do this. And think about the camel. You know, the camel drinks all this water and stores up its water supply and has it like internally, and it can go far distances in very dry, you know, barren lands. And it can get through. It's a very strong animal. And it has everything it needs within itself. And so there's a sense of independence in that way, right? You're creating your own supply. You're creating your own supply within yourself of encouragement, of support, of confidence, of, you know, worthiness. And once you get to the, you know, get through that desert, you know, you're going to be met with people that can give you that stuff from externally, like from outside. But in the meantime, you're kind of mastering that self-sufficiency. And that's a beautiful message, my dears. I know a lot of you do have questions about astrology, or you're really wanting more analysis about your moon sign and your rising sign and your Venus sign and how these things come together. And I'm not an astrology expert, and I don't want to pretend to be a subject on a topic that I'm not. I don't want to give anybody misinformation. But I did have an astrologer reach out to me that gave me a forecast based on my astrology for the year, and I was very impressed. And I thought their website was really cool. They had free articles and stuff that explain astrology, that explain the breakdown of, like, you know, moon sign, rising sign, things like this. And they had very reasonable prices for astrology reports. Like if you wanted to have somebody analyze your birth chart, or if you wanted to analyze your compatibility based on astrology with like a relationship or something, or a forecast for the year. And they offered to sponsor the channel by giving you guys 30% off with the Angel 30 code. You can use it as many times as you want. You can get as many reports as you want. I thought that was very generous of them as well. So anything like astrology based, I would encourage you to go to an astrologer or an astrology website. I can't speak for all of them because I haven't experienced all of them, but I was very, very impressed with that website, which is in the description, Truly Divine, and there's the Angel 30 code that you guys could use. I felt it was easier to use than Cafe Astrology, and I remembered it being better priced than the Cafe Astrology prices. It's been so long since I've been on Cafe Astrology. I don't know if they've changed anything, but I thought Truly Divine had a very cool website, like easy to use, easy to understand. I was really happy with their service. I was really impressed with the report they did for me. So if you want to check that out, check that out. But if you want a card reading, like a card reading, intuitive reading, you know, schedule with me. I have the Calendly link in the description. And maybe you can't get a private reading right now. You know, that's fine. I'm going to keep doing the free YouTube videos. I have the free channeled angel messages that are linked in the description of the video. I have the free love videos I do every month. The ones for April are linked in the video. The May love videos and the channeled angel messages for May, I'm going to start on them as soon as the camera arrives. Hopefully it'll be here soon, but everything is delayed right now. But if you hit subscribe, you'll get a notification when those are up. And every single day, my dears, every single day on Amethystangellight social media, Instagram and Facebook, I post a card of the day. I do a pick a card. So those are fun, free little messages every day as well. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I'm wishing you a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.